In this video we are going to install Anaconda, Anaconda GUI, or the graphical user interface, and then we shall also see how to install some Python packages using the GUI. So make sure you have or go to your browser, then type in anaconda.com. You'll be directed to this page where you can see we have it's the landing page for Anaconda. So millions of developers rely on Anaconda to advance their, for example, AI initiatives. We have like 50 million users globally. Contributors, like developers who contribute towards maintaining Anaconda, is almost 1.9 million, and then organizations that use Anaconda products, almost 1+ million. And then so you can read through this, but for us we are going to click on either download, but I would like us to go through the resources. Under resources you can see you have the resource center. You can read more about Anaconda under the blogs, events, guides, podcasts, and many topics. We have a lot of videos that I'm sure they have been produced by other developers on YouTube. So you go to either download, distribution, or documentation. I just want to show you something, so make sure you click on documentation, and then here you will be directed to the home page of the Anaconda documentation. Then if you click on get started, you see down here we have the distribution. So you click on install Anaconda distribution, then you scroll down, you can see we have all the distributions for all the operating systems. So here we have the Windows installation, since I'm using Windows, and these are the instructions on how to install, download and install Anaconda GUI on your local computer, so the Windows operating system. Now here, if you click on anaconda.com/download here, you'll be directed to this page where you're supposed to either create an account or sign in before you download, because you'll be required to provide the email to download this distribution. So here you put in your email, then you click on agree to receive communications from Anaconda, then you click on submit. After that, you will now be directed to download Anaconda, or it may automatically start to download. So if you click on download here, obviously this page will pop up, so that you fill in the details for your email, then you continue to download. So after downloading Anaconda, you will see the distribution Windows installer in your downloads folder. So if you want to install, you right click on this and then you run as administrator. So after you run that, you will be prompted to the Anaconda installation wizard. Then you'll just need to click on next, or you can follow along these instructions from their official documentation page. You see they say verify the integrity of your installer to ensure that it wasn't corrupted or tampered with during download. So after you're doing that, then you need to download the Anaconda distribution into your downloads folder. Then after that, you need to click on the terms and conditions, so you need to agree. I think I've talked about that. Then you select the installation. I've mentioned that. So the next thing is now to install your Anaconda. After installation, you'll be directed to the Anaconda, or you will launch your Anaconda, then you'll be directed to the Anaconda GUI, or the Anaconda Navigator. Now after downloading Anaconda Navigator, you need to launch your Anaconda Navigator. So you can go to your installed applications. Under Anaconda, you click on Anaconda Navigator, then you will see this Anaconda GUI, where you are supposed to either install some applications or create your environment. So by default you can say you have Anaconda 3, and I'm sure there is also another environment. So if you want to create another environment, for example, you need to go to environments, and then under environments you can see on the left side here we have this sidebar here, and then you just click on create. So I click on create, then I can say test. I say test, then I'm going to select my Python packages or my Python version, So see, when I click it, it auto completes my current Python version that I have installed in my computer, so by Python 3.12.9. Then if you also use R, you will see it will autofill the version of R that you have installed in your computer. Then I click on create. So this is going to take some time. Then it will create the environment as test. So after that, you need now to either install some packages or launch your notebook after installation, of course. Then you will go ahead and do your development, or your, let's say maybe you are doing data analysis or data science. Okay, now after creating your test environment, for example, what I've created here, you can see it is active. So if you like, you can go back to home. So you click on home, then you can see all applications then on this environment, or else you can select any other environment that you had already created, for example. So this is our current environment, and we have all applications, so we can see all the applications that are here. If, for example, let's say you go to installed applications, you will see the applications that are installed. If you go to not installed, you will see the applications that are not installed. For example, now we would like to launch our Jupyter Lab or Jupyter Notebook, and it is not installed. So what do? So you click on install. Then this is going to install the packages that that come with Jupyter Notebook. So Jupyter Notebook is the main, but then there are other like child packages or applications that come under Notebook. So it supports the development. So after that, after installing the Jupyter Notebook, then the remaining thing is now to launch your notebook and then create your notebooks and files. Then you can continue doing your work. So we shall go ahead and launch the notebook. So I click on launch, and this is going to open in our browser. Okay, so this is the browser, and you can go to, let's say maybe to your desktop, and then you right click and create a new notebook, for example. So after that, you need to choose the kernel. So I'm going to select the kernel, and then you can rename your file, for example test.ipynb. Then I say rename. Now you can go ahead and write anything here. For example, I can say print. Then I say print hello world. Then I run. So to run, you either click on not on control but shift enter on your keyboard, or you can use this icon here to run. So if I click on this, you see it runs. Then it shows that I've run this code twice. Okay, so this is it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.